and welcome to your 2024 reading. So this is going to be an annual review of what you can expect for this entire year. We are going to be pulling a card from January all the way to December. We will be using January as more of a check-in to see if this reading is for you, since I am getting this reading for you later on in the years, and I do apologize for the delay in that. But either way, we will be using January as a check-in and February to see what you've also been going through. Okay, so if for any reason January is not resonating for you, definitely check out another placement, because you could be resonating with your moon sign or your rising sign, but let any sign you feel guided to lead you in that reading. Okay, and also before we get started, keep in mind that these readings are general, so not everything may resonate, so please only take what does and leave what doesn't. And before we get started, I also want to mention that I just added a new listing on my Etsy shop. I am now a certified Reiki practitioner, so if you want a one-on-one healing session with me, all of that information is going to be in the description box below. You can check out how I do things in the Etsy listing for the Reiki. And of course, if you have any questions about it, you want to know a little bit more of how I do things, definitely send me a message in any social media platform, or you can email me as well. And if you ever want to get a reading with me, all of that information is in the description box below as well. You can book your reading straight through my Etsy shop. But without further ado, let's get started on your reading. So I do want to just go ahead and get started with the January energy and see if this is your reading. So for January, we got the Magician. Actually, we're just going to pull all the cards. That's what I meant to say. So January and February, you have 4 swords. March, you have the 3 of Wands. April, the 5 of Wands. May, you have the Page of Cups. June, you have Strength. July, you have the 2 of Cups. August, 6 of Pentacles. September, the Sun. October, the 6 of Wands. November, the 10 of Wands. And lastly, December, you have the 4 of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So for this reading in particular, we will be using the background energy as the underlying energy of your entire year. So for you, it looks like the Ace of Wands will be the underlying energy for you this entire year. Okay, so what that tells me is that you're definitely going to feel very inspired, very creative to do what you love, following your passions, following your heart, and not letting anything stop you. I do feel like you have this energy this entire year of always wanting to do something. There's this like spark within you. And oh no, that was not. But I just got guided to mention the Libra reading that I did talked about a flame within them the entire year. So if you have Libra in your chart, definitely check out that reading, because I'm kind of getting the same vibe with that. But with the Ace of Wands here, there is a lot that you want to share with the world, whether you're a writer, an artist, or a creative of some kind. There is something that requires you to put yourself out there. And I feel with this Ace of Wands, that's you also having the confidence to put yourself out there. And I love that the Magician here for January. So let's go ahead and get into January as well. The Magician also has a pen in their hand. Okay, so I do feel like perhaps last year, 2023, there's been this desire, this pull to do something creative, to do what sparks your joy, what fires your soul up. And it feels like you're bringing that energy into 2023. And it does feel that in into 2024, excuse me. And it does feel that in January, we're just kind of, you know what, let's go for it. Let's not think too much about it. I do feel like you have a plan of action also, because a Magician has a plan of action. They know what energy to use, what tools to use, what to manifest, how to make the energy work, but they're also very proactive, very productive in that way. Okay, so I do feel the Mercury energy with this Magician here, and I know the Magician is Gemini energy and Virgo energy, but I feel the strong Mercury energy here of the Magician, and I'm feeling the strong Virgo energy is what I'm trying to say. And I am doing this reading on the full moon of Virgo, so it does feel that the energy for you with the Magician, you apply it. You know, Gemini is very much like action oriented, very much on the mind, like thinking of ideas, talking about them. Whereas the Virgo energy to me in this sense is very productive, very proactive, very practical. It's like bringing the idea to life, earthing it, you know? So I do feel that in January and also at the end of 2023, you've already had this idea and now you're just implementing it into this year. Okay, but it's funny how in February you're in the Four of Swords. I'm kind of jumping the gun here, but I'm not going to go to the February just yet. But it's funny how in February you're resting. So it seems like you came in very hot in January. You had all these ideas. So let me go ahead and clarify this Magician. The Two of Swords. Yeah, it does feel that you could go back and forth with yourself a lot. Maybe you second guess yourself. We have Death at the bottom there, so there could be some transformation that you're going through within yourself, some shedding of the skin, needing to let go of certain habits, traits within yourself that are going to help you feel confident within yourself about just taking action, because it feels like the idea is there. In January, you know what you're doing. You know, you could be into fashion with the mannequins back here, and you know, maybe you're trying to come up with sketches, things of that nature. But then with the Two of Swords, it does feel like you get in your head a little bit here and you start to overthink. You start to doubt yourself. Maybe you're starting to feel like you're not good enough, or maybe there's competition, or maybe you just kind of psych yourself out and you stop. But with the Magician, it feels like the Magician can definitely overpower this Two of Swords. So regardless if these fears and doubts do creep in every now and then, this Magician side of you just kind of overpowers it and nips it in the bud and says, that's just a thought. Let's ignore that. Okay, so I do feel like you're working through that. That is something within you that is changing. And that could be where the lack of confidence within yourself in the past stems from, with this sort of detachment, denial of the truth here, you know, not wanting to confront something. But I feel like with the Death card, that's what's evolving. That's what you're letting go of. Okay. And that's what's giving you the confidence to just go for it. And I feel like you're not afraid to let go. You're not afraid to take risks. You're fearless right now. It's the energy that I'm getting with this Death card is, what do I have to lose? Because I've lost everything. You know, not in a negative way, but more so of, you know, that life is fleeting. Nothing belongs to you. So why feel attached to certain things and situations and mindsets and beliefs when we can just let it all go and feel confident in ourselves? That's how I feel your January went for you. Okay, so if that resonates, this is definitely your reading. So dates for January are January 2nd, January 1st, and January 13th. So it does feel like at the beginning of the year, that was when like everything shifted for you. Okay, so moving on over to February. So in February, like I said, you're in this Four of Swords energy. So you are more chill, you're more calm, you're kind of laying back a little bit. And I do feel like you could be healing from something, especially with this Death card. If you did let go of something, you did go through a incredible transformation that requires rest. I do feel like this month you've been doing that. You've given yourself grace to just sort of gather yourself again. So I definitely see you taking like long baths, just relaxing, you know, like Netflix and chilling and not feeling guilty about it. I feel like for you, especially as the Virgo energy is very much, you know, the perfectionist, like always having to do something. I feel that in February, you were able to give yourself grace to just relax, take a day off, several days off, I'm hearing, you know, and not pressure yourself into always having to perform. I feel that February was a very relaxing month for you. And it was needed. I feel like you needed to rejuvenate yourself because, you know, your mind has been very busy. So we have Page of Wands to clarify that, and the Queen of Wands, which is beautiful. And you are getting a lot of wands here with that Ace of Wands as well. So you can have fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And with the Page of Wands here, it almost feels like you need to sometimes detach in order to feel that spark of creativity again. Because especially with the Magician and the Two of Swords, I kind of feel that you could have hit a creative block. Maybe you started the year off very strong about what you wanted to do, and then all of a sudden something got in your head and you were just blocked, frozen. So then in February, you took the time to rest instead of beating yourself up for needing to perform or needing to produce things, because you know that in order to get this creativity, feel that spark again, feel that enthusiasm again, you need to relax. And with the Queen of Wands here, that is you. That is that confidence that you've been working on. It's there. And you know that. And whatever it is you're creating or trying to make for yourself, it is going to bring you a lot of attention, a lot of traction. And I feel that even that could have been a bit overwhelming if you were already gaining a lot of attention. That could have been maybe too much for you, and that caused you to sort of retreat and rest. Okay, but it does feel that for you, a balance is very important because you're afraid, or not afraid, but you're weary of burning out. You're not wanting to do so much and burning out. I feel like for you in February, you made it very apparent to yourself that you wanted to rest and take it easy before doing something, because you don't want to burn out and then just get blocked again. Okay, so dates for February, I'm just seeing February 4th with this 4 here. All right, so in March, you have the Three of Wands. So this is the month that's coming up for you. So I do feel like you're waiting for something here. You are sort of setting your sights high, I feel that there's a vision. This is you wanting to manifest something for yourself, manifesting success here. And I feel like you're setting your sights high in order to bring forth success. Okay, you could be traveling in March if that's something you're interested in, perhaps Europe, perhaps Paris specifically, but I do see travel for you if that's something you're wanting. And again, it does feel that for you to travel, to be out there in nature or just kind of experiencing life, that's where you get a lot of your energy and your creativity from. So it's really important for you to get out there. Okay, but travel's coming through very strongly. You could even be envisioning moving to a different location where you want to start fresh. It's like a dream come true for you. Like a vision board is what I'm seeing. And I feel that the world is your oyster. Sky's the limit on what you want to do, what you should do. There's no limitation as to what you can make for yourself. The Nine of Wands, yeah, it feels like a vacation is needed in March. Again, there's that burnout with the Nine of Wands. Okay, maybe you're overworking yourself. Maybe your corporate job is getting the best of you, something like that. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot. The way this looks like to me here with the way he's making the move in this chess game, I feel like you're making moves. Okay, and the fact that this is the background energy, I do feel that you're making moves in silence. I do feel like you're not really telling anyone what you're up to, and keep that up. Don't tell people what you're up to, because the minute you do, unfortunately, there is, envy out there. It could even be your closest friend. There's still envy. So I do feel that for you, it's really important to keep your moves to yourself. And I do feel like you're doing that already. Okay, and this also feels like very strategic though with the Chariot at the background here. I do feel like you're making certain strategic moves about how you're wanting to manifest this success for you, because we have to keep thinking back to this Ace of Wands, because that's the underlying energy for you. So I do feel like the Ace of Wands is what you're wanting to create for yourself this whole year. So I do feel like there's a strategy for you as to how to implement that creative new beginning for you. Okay, so the example that I'm feeling here for you is if you're overworking yourself at your 9 to 5 job or something like that, it's definitely time to take a vacation. Okay, because it does feel like in February you took rest, in order to gain that enthusiasm back for life, that zest for life. But it feels like in March, the minute you go back to work, you feel you feel tired again, you feel drained. So I do feel like there is a vacation of sorts that is required of you in order to bring that zest for life and keep it, not it just be temporary. Because there are people who live lives of, always looking forward to vacations each year, but not enjoying every other aspect of their life, and I think there needs to be a balance with that. And I feel like that's what you're trying to find here. And with the Chariot for March, it does feel like you're trying to make moves in order to give yourself that life where you can travel, where you can manifest your dream life and not feel like this, So I do feel like there may be stress in March, but I do see you sort of taking action to relieve yourself of the stress or remove yourself entirely from the stress. Okay, so dates for March are March 3rd, March 9th, and March 7th. And I am going to take a sip of water, so give me a second. Okay, so April, we have the Five of Wands. So yeah, it seems like in April, there's chaos again. And this could be the workplace, this could be family, this could be friendships, this could just be an internal struggle within yourself, but it does feel like it's the workplace for a lot of you, just because of this imagery alone. She's in an office. Okay, so especially if you're at a job that's just not in alignment with you, sometimes, there's coworkers and managers and bosses that are meant to trigger us and push us until we leave that job. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting for you here in April. Like maybe it's time for you to just leave this place altogether because it's causing too much stress, too much conflict. Yeah. We have the Four of Pentacles coming out in the reverse too. Especially if this job you don't make enough, you don't make your worth. Okay, because it seems like with the Four of Pentacles here, especially if there is financial worries, you do struggle with an abundant mindset. Maybe you live in a more scarcity mindset, which is what the Four of Pentacles entails. Okay, he's hugging his piggy bank and clutching his pearls per se, because he's scared that if he doesn't save this money, he's never going to get more in return. And the abundant mindset speaks of there's always more where that came from. So with it falling out in the reverse, I do feel like you're working on that. I do feel that if you do leave this chaotic job, there is something more aligned with you. Okay. And that could be anything. Okay. If it's not a job, it could be relationships. It could be your own limitations. Okay. Your own battles within yourself. Like I said, an internal battle. So take that, how that resonates for you, but it definitely has to do with like financial wounds. Maybe there's financial wounds within yourself that cause this stress. And that's something you need to work on. And it feels that in April, it's being brought to your awareness more so than any other month. Okay, so bottom of the deck, we have the World. So it does feel like this is a cycle. This is a repeated lesson for you. So if you find yourself in the same lesson over and over again when it comes to this chaotic energy and these financial worries, it is time to nip this in the bud so that you can be done with it. And I do see you closing out this chapter. I do see you being successful at completing this cycle. So just be graceful with yourself as you maneuver April, because it does feel like it's going to be a little bit chaotic here. There is going to feel some financial worries or just, scarcity. And that could mean more than financial things. I know there is money in the imagery here, but that could also be like our self-worth. If we're staying in relationships that we think we're deserving of, but in actuality, they're not equating to what we deserve, Okay. Like the example is like if you're at a job that underpays you, it's time to reflect why you feel not worthy enough of a better pay raise or a better job. And that philosophy can also be said about relationships. If you're in a relationship that you feel like you're not getting your needs and wants met, it's a reflection of how you feel of yourself, right? So just take that as it resonates for you. But it does feel like in April, it does feel like it's going to get chaotic to the point where you're finally forced to confront that. Okay, so dates for April are April 4th, April 5th, and April 21st. Okay, so for May, we have the Page of Cups. So we are getting better. We are opening our heart space more. So I do feel that in May, you do start to find that zest for life again. You do start to feel that creativity. Your emotions start to activate here. With this imagery of this Page of Cups, there could be a new crush entering your life, a new romantic interest entering your life, or this is simply you just falling in love with something in your life at this time, whether that's a new hobby or a new endeavor or a new activity or just like a new friend. It does feel like a very loving energy here, though, that you enjoy May because of this. Seven of Cups, a lot of opportunities for you in May. I do feel like you're going to get a lot of different offers. Okay, so if you are on the job market again in May because you're leaving a certain job, or if you're in the dating world again, if you're on the market again, dating wise, you are going to have a lot of offers there too. Okay, so I'm getting two energies with that. For some of you, it's relationships, and for others of you, it's a job. Okay, and bottom of the deck is Page of Swords. So it does feel like you're going to be in your head a lot about this. You are going to be trying to figure out, what do I do? Where do I invest my time and energy into? And again, that has to do with the job and the dating scene for you. So I am kind of seeing like someone on a dating app, like trying to figure out who to go on a date with. And same thing, I feel like I'm also seeing someone on job sites, looking for jobs, scrolling, trying to figure out. And I feel like with the Page of Cups here, your message is to definitely follow your heart on it, on both the dating and the job. Does it light your soul? Does it make you feel good? Definitely check in with yourself before you take that job offer, or before you take that dating offer. Make sure that it's aligned with how you feel. Your emotions are your key here. They're going to lead you in the right direction. It does feel, though, with the Page of Swords here, this is you trying to be logical about it. And you can, but it does feel that if you're logical about it, you may just take a job offer just to take it, just because you need to pay your bills, but then let's say you're miserable for the next 6 months to a year, and then again with dating, like logically you go on a date because you think this person looks good on paper, but then you date them and they're boring. So I do feel that for you, balance is definitely important. But with the Page of Cups, it feels like, does it make you feel good like this? Does it give you, that healthy nervousness, those healthy challenges at a job? Okay. So dates for April are April 7th. Sorry, May 7th. Okay, so moving to June, we have Strength. So it feels like in June, you will be tested in some way. Your strength will be tested. Okay, but you are resilient. You are strong enough to take on any challenge here, to overcome any obstacle. Don't doubt yourself in times of distress or in just times of these challenges. Let's see what you're getting tested on. Wow, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's destined. It's karma. Good karma, it feels like, though, because of the imagery here. And Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this feels like good karma. Okay, so if you're overdue for good karma, if you feel like the first 5 months are just hectic, they're all over the place, you feel like you can't catch a break, it does feel that in June, things start to take a turn for the better. You start to have more fun. You start to let loose more, maybe because it's summer, or you meet better people, especially if you are dating, especially if you are entering a new job scene. Maybe this new job has people that are more aligned with you where you can actually hang out with them outside of work, you know? And if you're dating, I do feel like whoever you're dating, they're a lot more fun than the people you've dated in the past. These are people that you can go dancing with and let your, let your hair loose, regardless if you have hair, you know what I mean? But with the Wheel of Fortune, it feels like the tide is turning, things are changing after a period of being tested. It's like you're getting tested on your resiliency, but if you can overcome those challenges, there's this beautiful reward at the end of it. And I feel like the reward for you is fun with this Three of Cups, just fun. And you're deserving of it. Okay, so it does feel like good karma is coming to you because you were strong, because you were resilient, because you were able to overcome those challenges. Okay, so I do feel like it is going to be important to find balance too, though, in these chaotic times, because the Wheel of Fortune is unexpected changes. Yes, they do bring good fortune, but they also bring unexpected chaos. And I feel like that's why you're going to have to be strong and resilient to handle those changes. I know you're a mutable sign, so you can adapt easier, but you're still an earth sign. So I do feel like change could still be a little bit hard to deal with, especially if it's unexpected. I feel like if you're the one in control of the change, it's not so much a problem. But when life takes a turn, for you, it's kind of hard to deal with it in the moment, but you can deal with it. I feel like you're very good at adapting, but it's not your forte. I don't think you necessarily enjoy it. So there is this quality of strength necessary when it comes to these changes in June. Okay, so dates for June are June 8th, June 10th, and June 3rd. All right, so moving on over to July, we have the Two of Cups, which is beautiful. I feel like your reading is just getting better and better. So with the Two of Cups, I do feel like you're going to meet someone special in July. Or if you're in a relationship, it does feel like your relationship gets better. You guys you guys build a bigger bond. Okay, but for a lot of you, just the energy that I feel like I tap into in these readings, I do feel like you are going to meet someone new. Okay, someone that's destined to be with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some clarification for that. Ooh, Two of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you'll be dating in April and May, kind of be dating around if that's what you're into, or just keeping your options open. And it does feel like in July you start to narrow your sights. Let's say you're dating like 3 people at once. For example, with that Three of Cups, it does feel like in July you start to narrow your sights to just 2 people. Because we have the Two of Cups and we have the Two of Pentacles, okay? And then we have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So I feel that you start to think more practically here, especially with this Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you start to get serious about who you're dating. You start to really question yourself. Who can I build a life with? Who can I actually take to this new direction in my life? Especially if you are starting a brand new beginning in July. It does feel like there's a divine offer. It does feel like this destined opportunity that happens for you in June, this unexpected change, is this Ace of Pentacles. It feels like there is a shift. This could even be a brand new job, okay, with the Ace of Pentacles. That is what you're wanting. Okay, so I feel like something about you shifts in the sense of, wanting to settle down a little bit more, wanting to get more serious, more exclusive with the people you're dating, and just you in general, okay? And it does feel like in July, there is one person in particular that you're wanting to get serious with. But with this Two of Pentacles, if it's not another person, it does feel that you're kind of going back and forth of staying single or being in a relationship. That kind of seems what you're deciding here. It does feel like you enjoy your independence, your singlehood, but then you have this amazing person that you don't want to lose at the same time. So I do feel like in July you're trying to figure that out. But it does feel like this person is a great candidate for you. And you know you'd be crazy not to take this opportunity with them. But I feel like you've gotten to this place with yourself that you want to keep enjoying this single energy and this independence. Like it's going so well for you that you almost don't want to say goodbye to that life just yet. But this person just has so much to offer you that you're also enjoying that. So I do see you conflicted as to what you're wanting to do there in July. Okay. So dates for July are July 2nd, with two twos here. I'm going to say July 4th, July 22nd also, and then July 1st. Okay, so moving over to August, because I'm feeling guided to, I feel like it's kind of leading me here with this energy. I do feel that you make your decision about whether you want to stay single or not. And I do feel like you choose partnership with the Six of Pentacles. Okay, you choose to even move in together is kind of what I feel here. It's like you guys join forces, conjoin living situations. Doesn't have to be the case if you don't want it to be though. Okay, but for a lot of you, I do kind of see that like merging of households. And that could be why you were so on the fence. Maybe this person asks you to be exclusive or to move in, and that's why you're kind of on the fence here because you're not sure if you want to live with someone yet, you know? But it does feel that in August you do choose a partnership, whether that's just becoming exclusive or moving in together. Eight of Swords. Yeah, and then you feel trapped. I would say don't move fast. If you don't want to be exclusive right away, or if you don't want to move in with this person right away, don't do it. Trust your heart. Eight of Cups. Yeah, I see you detaching. I see you pulling away because it feels like it's too much all at once. You start to feel trapped in a relationship, and that could be why you weren't wanting to move in with them or getting serious with them because you know that you feel trapped right away. You could have commitment issues, okay, but that wasn't what I was getting so much, but rather you just enjoy your independence, especially because you're finally at a good place. You know, maybe you've lived alone, but maybe you've always been sad or you just never fully enjoyed it. And it feels like you finally are fully enjoying it and you don't want to move in with someone right away because you still want to enjoy that last sweet time with yourself, you know. But it does feel like you're someone who definitely enjoys their independence because you feel trapped very quickly. Okay, Eight of Cups. It feels like you could have been the one to walk away from your last relationship because it started getting really serious, because they started getting in your space. Okay, so I think it's going to be really important for you to communicate with this person what it is that you're wanting, how it is that you're going to find balance between this relationship if you do move in together or if you decide to be serious, okay? But it does feel like you start to get in your head a lot about it in August. I feel like you're just a very cerebral person. You could have air in your chart, but I can also see the Virgo energy being very much in your head about what to do, you know, very analytical, you know. So it feels that you make a decision. It kind of even feels like you're signing a contract, like signing a lease with this person, you know, and then you kind of regret it after. So this could be a forewarning for you that if that's what you're feeling in that moment, if you're second guessing it, that's probably your answer to not go for it just yet. You can enjoy this beautiful relationship with this person without moving in, you know, or without making things so exclusive right away, especially if you just met them. Okay, but take that as it resonates for you. You know, trust your intuition as this time happens in your life. Definitely, you know, come back to this reading and see if there's any pointers that I can give you. But I do feel like, another message I'm getting is that with this Eight of Swords too, a lot of the fears and limitations that do enter your mind are just that. They're illusions. They're not the truth. Okay, maybe you start getting triggered by this person in certain areas of your life, and I feel that that's just meant to bring that to the forefront so that you can heal that and process it. Okay, it feels like you make things worse than they are. Okay, but the main thing I'm feeling here is that you start to feel trapped in a box and you walk away. You detach, you pull away. Okay, so just take that as that's going to resonate for you. So dates for August are August 6th, August 8th, and August 8th again. So we could have August 16th with that, or any of the 8s as well. So the 18th or the 28th. Okay, so moving on over to September, we have the sun, which is beautiful. I feel like you figure it out. Okay, you figure out what's causing you stress here. You find the happiness, you find the illumination, the inner child is happy. So let's see what you decide on. I feel like whatever it is that you decide on, it gives you happiness. The sun wants to come out. Knight of Pentacles, beautiful. And the Three of Cups wants to reappear. And let me take another sip of water. So I feel like this Knight of Pentacles could be you. But I feel like, okay, I'm getting two energies. So take it as it resonates for you. Okay, so for some of you, I feel like this is you. So I feel like you're the one that needs time and space to figure out what you want. You're someone who likes to take things slow. And when you're ready, you'll be ready. You know, and it feels like this person that you're with this Two of Cups, there's someone that are willing to be patient for you. There's someone that can give you your time and space, and because of that, you're able to move to that next phase with each other. And I feel that you love that they're very understanding. It makes you happy that they were able to give you this time and space to figure out when you were ready to come forward with what you're offering. Okay, because it does feel like you both agreed, though, with the Six of Pentacles. You both agreed, but then you got in your head, right? So it does feel that here, I'm just getting another message. It could be your person who gets in their head too. So take that as it resonates for you. So I feel that when you're ready to offer your coin, that's when you come to the forefront and tell this person, okay, I'm ready to move in. I'm ready to take it to the next level, whatever that is for you. Okay, and for others of you, it feels like it's the other person. So it makes sense that I was getting the same message for this month as well. It feels like when this person is ready, they will come toward you. They will come forward. Okay, and I feel like they're also very patient and understanding. So they're also just willing to kind of wait around until you're ready as well. Okay, so I feel like overall you're both very patient and understanding of one another. That's why there's this level of awareness and happiness between this connection that makes you feel seen and heard. So that's why you're getting the Two of Cups, because this is someone who can really understand you on a soul level. It's not just a connection that, you know, is fleeting. With that red thread here, this is a connection that is meant to stay in your life. And I feel like for the both of you, with the Knight of Pentacles, this level of understanding of patience is very, very important. And it makes you happy, but also this person as well. Okay, so dates that are important for September are September 19th and September 3rd. And going back to the Three of Cups here, I feel like because you guys do take some time apart, maybe you start to go kind of backwards in the sense where, you know, maybe if you were going to be exclusive or moving together, you kind of, you know, hold your horses and decide, let's stay friends, let's keep it at a friendly level before we make any serious moves. And because of that, because you guys are able to still enjoy life, have fun, not have that pressure of checking in on each other, that sort of thing, you know, that causes you guys to come closer or come together in a way that feels closer and stronger when you do. Okay, so I like that. I feel like you're both able to give your space for some time, and that causes the connection to grow even stronger. Okay, so moving to October, we have the Six of Wands. So I feel that for the Six of Wands, you find success and recognition of some kind here. Okay, I'm not feeling the relationship so much here. I'm feeling more so your success. I'm being drawn back to the Ace of Wands that we were talking about at the beginning of the reading. So I do feel that it's coming back around. Okay, so I do feel like you start to find that spark within yourself. You start to put yourself out there, that confidence that has always been beaming inside of you this entire year. It's like you're finally being noticed for it. You're finally putting yourself out there, is what I'm getting here. Ace of Swords. You take assertive action when it comes to this. Okay. We have the Five of Cups. So I do feel like this is you letting go of those limitations that kept you stuck, of feeling like you're not good enough, or feeling that, you won't find that perfect partner or that perfect job per se. I feel like you finally are able to let go of those wounds that kept you trapped, that kept you in this mindset of scarcity. And in October, you're able to just let that all go. Your shackles, this chain, you're breaking these mental shackles, and because of that, you're able to find the success and recognition that you're wanting. So I'm seeing a lot of success for you, especially if you are doing like an online business or putting your stuff out there online. I see it going viral. I see it getting a lot of recognition. Okay, and it's because you were able to have this confidence to just go for it and not be tied down by the past. Yeah, it's going to shock people. It's going to shock you even. But I feel like you're getting crowned for your efforts. You put in the work and your efforts are being rewarded. I feel like there was one last thing that I wanted to say about this, but it's pretty straightforward. Yeah. Okay, so dates for September are October. October 1st, October 5th, and October 6th. All right, so moving on over to November, we have the Ten of Wands, and I'm taking a deep breath. I'm starting to feel like heavy, okay? So the Ten of Wands does speak of this, overworking yourself, taking on too much. So I do feel like you start to get really busy, okay? Especially if you are building an online business. These are your orders. I feel like you get a lot of orders to the point of feeling overwhelmed. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of see you going up and down here. It's like you hit a peak in October with your success, and then you're kind of going down here. Okay. Not in a bad way. I think it's just kind of how you're processing your success. Okay, so I feel like in November you get overwhelmed with how well you're doing because you have a lot of work. This could even be the new job, maybe you love what you do, but it is challenging. Yeah, we have the Tower. Interesting. So you go through another transformation here because you did have the Death card at the beginning. So it feels like you're going through another divine intervention here. I'm going to get one more card for this Tower. What's this Tower about? We have the Lovers and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, and the Five of Swords here. So with the Lovers, this is definitely your relationship, okay? So it does feel that, nothing in life is ever easy. So it does feel like in November, you are overwhelmed. There's a lot going on. It does feel like with this Tower moment, you and your partner are going to be tested. Okay, so there could be some karmic lessons to be learned there. Okay, with this Page of Pentacles here, I feel like this is you growing your business, keeping tabs of everything. And it feels that you get really overwhelmed with the success of your business, for example, to the point that it affects your relationship. Okay, maybe you have the tendency to sort of lash out on your partner when you're stressed out. Okay, that's just an example. Don't take it if it doesn't resonate. And it's something you're being sort of forced to work on. Okay. Because we have the Five of Swords here. So this feels like ego, always wanting to be right with the number one here. So I just heard choose your battles. So this isn't, no, it is the relationship though. But choose your battles when it comes to this. When you feel overwhelmed, when you feel tested, choose your battles. Okay, so it does feel like, you're trying to build your business, you're trying to keep your relationship in check. But what I love about the Lovers is that, again, this person understands you. Okay, you both feel seen, heard, and understood. Okay, it's a very beautiful energy. So I do feel like this person can be there for you in your times of distress. So instead of lashing out on them, lean towards them as a shoulder to lean on versus causing disruption. Okay, if that's resonating. But yeah, it feels like this is you building your business and then the relationship gets triggered because of the overwhelming feelings. Okay, so dates for November are November 10th, November 6th, November 16th, and November 5th. All right, so finishing off with December, we have the Four of Cups. So going back to this online business example, because there's a new message here, it does feel like you kind of hit a plateau in December, and it does feel because November is so chaotic. Okay, so I don't blame you because I did feel really heavy when I was starting to get into the November energy. I started feeling a bit overwhelmed, a bit tired. So it does feel like you shut down in December. You do hit a plateau to the point like where you get new orders, you might feel overwhelmed by them. Maybe you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't even have the energy to do this right now. So let's see what that's all about. Yeah, Ten of Swords. There's a painful situation here in December that causes you to shut down, causes you to retreat and go inward with the Hangman. Let me see if we can get a little bit more about what this is, though. We have the Queen of Swords and the Chariot. So this could be someone causing stress in your life with the Queen of Swords and the Chariot. But I feel like with the Chariot, it's going to be your job to stand your ground and fight back, be strategic towards them. I don't know why I'm feeling like legal troubles because she's wearing like a suit, but it's something to the point that you feel overwhelmed, you feel hurt and betrayed by it. Okay, and it doesn't feel like it's the partner, because the partner stuff is good, okay, because we have the Two of Cups and the Lovers, like that feels good. It feels like anything that you go through, this person will be there for you. So long as you don't lash out on them or get egotistical with them. Okay, but let's say that you do. Maybe you do get egotistical. Maybe this is a forewarning for you to not lash out on them, but rather lean on them, like I said, for support. Because it feels like when you do lash out on them, you pull away, you detach. You feel like you ruined everything. You feel like you've hurt them and hurt yourself in the process. And this Queen of Swords could be you when you do kind of, cut them off cold turkey because you feel like you want the upper hand per se. Okay, so if that is resonating for you, that could be a forewarning for you to not do that so that you don't get to this energy of feeling stagnant again and feeling hurt again, because then it feels like you have to start all over again to regain your energy. Okay, yeah, and we have the Justice card. So it does feel like it's karma. It does feel like it's soul contracts being worked on, trying to heal and move forward. But I do feel like it could be prevented as well. Okay, but the Tower cannot be prevented. That cannot. But the way you react to the Tower, that can definitely set the course for how the rest of the year goes for you. Okay, so dates for December 4th, December 10th, December 7th, and December 11th. And I was feeling those legal troubles, so there could be legal troubles as well. Maybe with your business, so make sure that you get everything in order there, with your business license, speaking to an attorney to make sure everything's right so that you don't get sued for whatever. Okay, so that's coming through as well. But that's what I have for you, Virgo, with the tarot. So let's go ahead and finish this off with your oracle from the Island Time Wellness. Okay, so we have your own path. Trailblazing brings the greatest achievement. Heart and mind aligned. unconventionality, authenticity. Yeah, your own path, exactly. And I'm being drawn back to that Ace of Wands. I feel like you're meant to do things differently, not like everybody else. And I was talking about following your heart, your passion. So here is saying heart and mind aligned, not separate, but aligned. Inspired action. Take action when feel desire. Follow intuition. Synchronicity, supported by universe. Again, exactly the Ace of Wands, big time. And I was saying assertive action with this Ace of Swords. Normally I don't feel that, but I said it, and I like that this is coming through as a confirmation. Okay, there we go. The next step, daily steps toward your dream, manageable goals, mentorship, doors opening, success. Okay, so yeah, it's important to take daily steps toward your dream, you know, like little bites. You know, you don't have to do such a big chunk in one day, but rather there's a word for it, the variable effect or something, when, you know, small steps each day cause this huge reward at the end of the year. Bottom of the deck is loving all of you, love and accept your inner darkness for greatest self-love. Deeply healing world mirrors us. Yeah, and I'm being drawn to the yin yang here for the lovers. So I do feel that, you know, there will be some sort of triggers with your relationship, but in turn, it'll cause you to love and accept your inner darkness. It'll cause you to heal, and you'll understand that the world around you mirrors you. All right, so let's get some from the Sufi wisdom. Okay, it looks like it's 3. Life's purpose. Seek your own deeper vision for life. Face your fears. Farewell to fear phantoms. Move forward. Experience the grace of who you truly are. And bottom of the deck, energy of love. Behold the world through the eyes of love. All right, and your final messages from the fortune reading cards. Celebrations. You are ready to bring new and exciting things into your life. Yeah, and I kept seeing the 3 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups is celebration. So yeah, you will be partying a lot in a good way. Judgment, soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. So journaling is coming through for you guys for this year. Thorns, weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. Yeah, so I do feel that, you know, it is going to be challenging this year. You know, life is challenging in general, but I'm being drawn to the sun here for you guys. You know, so long as you weather through these challenges, there's this beautiful, positive future for you. Bottom of the deck is coffin, natural endings abound. Take care with your health. And again, you did have the death card at the beginning, so there is some transformations happening within you this year. Okay, so do give yourself grace as you go through that, the shedding of the skin and all that. All right, Virgo, so that is what I have for you for this year. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell button so you get notifications when I post again. So I will be doing something different this upcoming week. I will be challenging myself to go live. So I'm thinking of doing lives for each of the zodiac signs, but I'm going to split it by the elements. So, you know, starting with the fire signs and the air signs and so forth. Okay, so I will be posting a schedule for that probably tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. All right, so thank you for watching. Bye.